Capture, tag, filter, share. It feels like you have complete autonomy over your life online. But then, something goes wrong.
I started to reconsider everything. I reduced posting online. Every new email or message gave this wave of anxiety.
Even till today, I have 1100 numbers blocked on my phone.
अपना थोड़ा private data थोड़ा private ही रखो, because when shit happens, there is no legal mechanism to help you. It seems that it exists, but it doesn't.
Over the years, the nature of the internet has really changed quite fundamentally. The internet that we know today really has come into existence since the 2000s. And that's really when you see the emergence of big tech also.
Is it true that Facebook collects the call and text histories of its users that use Android phones?
The business model of big tech, which is really based around trying to get us to share as much of our data as possible and then monetize that data. And for women, that paradigm where you share as much data as you possibly can, or you try to get from your customers as much data as you possibly can, has been particularly risky just because if you're already more vulnerable in society, anything that somebody else knows about you can be used against you in ways which you might never have foreseen when you gave that particular piece of data for that reason either.
I started getting calls saying, I got your number from OkCupid, and I was like, I never shared my number. And people had written things like bone-cracking hugs, hi, aap kya karti hain, milengi nahi kya, things like that. Very cheap messages basically, or even if they were calling, they were like ki kab milengi, aapka number mila tha.
A social anthropologist by training, Sheetal is a lecturer who also runs a volunteer organization, Clown Sellers. In 2018, someone created fake profiles on the dating app OkCupid and sex soliciting sites, using her phone number and photographs she had put up on social media.
Most of my friends started talking about how I should change the number, and also that हमने बोला था इतनी photos मत share किया करो, या फिर social media is not safe for women specifically. There was this हवलदार who came home and said, 150 रुपए का ही तो number आता है मैडम, क्या दिक्कत है आपको?
Like Sheetal, lakhs of women across the country turn to social media for community, exploration, and friendship. But when they experience violation or harassment online, they are the ones shamed for daring to explore their online identities. According to a survey conducted by the United Nations, about 60% of women across the world have encountered some form of threat on social media. 35% have been victims of some kind of violence, and about 20% have been forced to take down their profiles.
The experiences of these victims are never in terms of just a data protection violation or like, oh, what a pity that this is now out there in the world. It's very personal and it's a very embodied experience. And for many women, they actually talk about it in terms of sexual assault.
People don't realize it is so harrowing, and psychologically it harms you so much. It's not just कि कोई आकर आपको touch करेगा तभी impact होगा. Things like online harassment is for real. But even with my own friends, I have seen their reaction कि हाँ ठीक है, they will forget about it or they'll joke about it. And that was the reason I didn't want to tell people, because I didn't think people would understand the intensity of something like this.
In February 2021, Sacha started receiving persistent messages from one follower. The messages escalated to attempted video calls and countdown emails to meet her.
The day before my birthday, I see on his Instagram profile that he's posted a picture standing outside my school saying Bangalore so beautiful or something like that. And that's when I told my parents, and I was like, this is real, he's come here, I don't know what he wants to do. He seems relentless. I've told him to stop multiple times, he's not stopping.
While this experience took a toll on Satya and affected the way she posted content online, she spoke about it publicly to raise awareness. Many women sent her DMs about similar experiences, which they said they could not tell anyone else about.
I didn't sleep at all that night. मैं पूरी रात बस ये देख रही थी कि कैसे इसको डिलीट करना है, कैसे इसको रिपोर्ट करना है. 2 रात तक तो यही सीन चलता रहा कि लाइक मुझे नींद तक नहीं आ रही थी. मेरे पूरे टाइम दिमाग में बस वही चलता था कि वो प्रोफाइल वहाँ पर है, क्यों है, किसने बनाई है और वो फोटो कैसे वहाँ पर गई है.
In a small town in Uttar Pradesh, a law student's photograph was picked up from a WhatsApp group and misused to create a fake dating profile. As someone who'd fought very hard to get the freedom to study outside her hometown, she was extremely distressed about how her family would react if they found out.
In fact, it was just a sari, but obviously उसमें कमर दिख रही थी, तो अगर वो वैसी में फोटो डाल देती तो कोई भी रिलेटिव देखता तो उनको लगता कि बताओ कैसी बेटी है, संस्कार ही नहीं है. I don't let people click my photos. Earlier मैं बहुत शौकीन थी, बैठ जाती थी कहीं पे भी पोस्ट करती थी, कोई तो खींच तो. अब I don't do this.
If you look at the business model of big data and that whole ideology where they try and get you to share as much as possible, at the heart of that really is a particular understanding of data as a resource. It's treated as if it's natural, like we find gold in the ground, we find data in nature. Then the thing to do is just to kind of swoop up as much as you can and mine it, so to say.
Today, big tech's ideology that positions data as a free resource has seeped into our psyches. Instead of holding big tech accountable for data security, we end up viewing access to our personal data as the price we need to pay for being online.
So the problem here is really that the entire model on which our policy, on which the business models of tech companies are based, talks about data in a way that removes human beings from the pictures. And what we are arguing is that you have to centrally put bodies and physical experiences back into the frame to really understand the full range of harms that can happen. As soon as you start to think of data as something that's embodied, it is just mind-blowing. Because what you're effectively doing there is signing away your right to privacy, signing away your right to bodily integrity, right? And it's quite remarkable because we don't have other situations in democratic countries where you can sign away a fundamental right completely.